There we go. I had a recording error, and I had to delete some files that I had on my hard drive to make room for it. All right, so Professor Grunewald lunged at our attacker. Our attacker was fighting back. Both missed. Then our attacker swung on Professor Grunewald, who's in the fight mode of fight or flight. Let me get my pages open again here. Okay. Stops on a 72, so now they both have failed again to hit each other. And let's see if we come back over here. Let me do something. Highest level of success wins, draws, initiator, both fails, no damage. Yep. So we continue this. Now it's Grunewald's turn. Now, if you all want to take a dodge, this is what we can do, everyone. As we come back around, then we can try to do a maneuver, like, I don't know, trip someone, I guess, where we could just dodge. We can get out of the way and run. So far, we haven't been hurt, and we haven't hurt our assailant. All right, well, we have a 25% chance. After Fav, give me a D100. Professor Grunewald slashes at the bad guy with his hunting knife. An 80's not going to cut it. And then let's see if he is damaged in return. Bane, a percentile, please. Well, Bane is not here and will be played by the part of Game Master's Vault. GMV, give me a percentile, please. There we go. That's going to do it. Professor Grunewald is stabbed. Let's see. For 1d6 damage, GMV, give me a 1d6 roll, please. Ooh. All right. We go from 9 to 5 hit points. Should we keep fighting, or should we try and dodge and get out of here? After Fob says dodge and get out. All right. Blue Joy. Give me a percentile roll as the short figure stabs at our professor. All right. Night Mage, give me a percentile roll for our enemy to attack. 69, nice. Well, that's a miss. We might actually dodge out of here. After Fav. Dodge. Give me a percentile roll. We need a 30 or better. Ooh, 87. Well. No damage is inflicted. It's now Grunewald's turn. He wants to try and dodge out of there. GMV, give me a percentile. We need 30 or better. $37. Okay. Fortunately, our damage is less than half, so we're not too bad off here. Do you want to spend 7 luck points to dodge? But we also... That also means... actually, I guess we would be dodging... Hang on. Continue to stab while you fight back or dodge. If you have a handgun... When your team succeed with a dodge roll, you evade him and try to make a run for it. Alright, if we succeed with this, we will break free. Do you want to spend 7 luck points of our 19, or do you want to try and roll it naturally and preserve our luck? Do we spend 7 to dodge and get out of dodge? Or do we try... do we maybe take another hit? Or hopefully the assaulter will miss? Someone say something. What is Professor Grunewald doing? I don't care what it is, but I want you all to participate. Are we spending luck, or are we just going to try and tank it? No luck? Okay. The assailant needs to attack then against this dodge. Survival, give me a percentile roll. Oh. A miss. So what we did last time, it was a hard dodge out of the way. We weren't knife fighting. Dodge. Failed. We had a failed stab, but we're dodging out of the way again. Hero Dragon, give me a percentile. Can we dodge out of the way? If you get a 30 or below, we can break free. But right now, we're still in combat with our assailant. Alright, Hero Dragon isn't here. After Fav, give me a percentile roll while I get a paper towel. Well, I guess Kragar did. Hey, we dodged. Okay, let's see what happens. His tall companion stands at the entrance, blocking your escape. You can shoot or try and hit the hooded figure. All right. Oh, hello? Come on, camera. Why? There we go. All right. All right, so we break away from our assailant. We run. The tall hooded figure tries to block us. It looks like we take a, like, get out of here, like, out of my way. We take a cursory swipe. Our knife passes through the figure. Let's see. His inhuman glowing eyes are now visible within the gloom of the cowl, and you feel a deathly chill in the air. Make a sanity roll. All right. We need to make a sanity roll, and I'm going to go over to that chapter so you all can see how it is done. Boop-a-deep-a-doop-a-dop. Okay, here we go. So we have a 55 survival. Or actually, wait, Lucius. Lucius, if you're here, you haven't rolled. Lucius, I'd like you to type exclamation point 1D100. We are making a sanity roll. We need a 55 or below. An 84, that will not do it. All right, let's see. Each player whose investigator experiences the source of horror rolls a 1D100. A success is a roll equal to or less than the investigator's current sanity points. A success roll means the investigator loses no sanity points or only a minimal amount. A failed sanity roll always means the investigator loses sanity points. The amount lost depends on the spell, book, entity, or situation encountered. So for instance, sanity 1/1d4 plus 1, the number to the left is the sanity points lost. Yeah, on the left if it succeeds. The die roll is if it is if we fail, and we have failed. So this is 0/1d6 sanity points. Can we get GMV? I need a 1d6, please. How many sanity points did we lose by seeing a ghostly figure with inhuman eyes? It stops on a 7. Okay. Well, GMV, you are lucky as you can... Yeah, we lost it all. So you rolled a 7 on a D6. GMV, if you can choose the number that you would like that you would like to get back. Or not get back. You can choose the sanity points that are lost. It's your choice. Do we lose 1 or do we lose 6? Because you broke the D6 by getting a 7. We have 55. Do you want us to just go, oh, that's weird, or do you want us to go, how much sanity damage are we taking? All right, you want us to take 6 sanity damage? Okay. We are at 49. We are at 49. No, luck doesn't apply to this. All right, GMV has chosen the maximum sanity damage for us to take. Now the thing's hands reach out and he comes for... Although, hang on, something happens, I think, if we lose that much sanity. Failing a sanity roll always causes the investigator to lose self-control for a moment, at which point the keeper should choose an involuntary action for the investigator. Jump in fright, crouch in terror, involuntary movement, combat action, freeze. Fumbled sanity roll. Oh, we didn't do that. If an investigator loses 5 or more sanity points from a single source of sanity loss, sufficient emotional trauma has been suffered that the keeper must test the investigator's sanity. The keeper asks for an intelligence roll. If the roll is failed, the investigator has repressed the memory and does not become insane. Perversely, if the int roll succeeds, the investigator recognizes the full significance of what has been seen or experienced and goes temporarily insane. Okay. Hi, Osaka-chi. Osaka-chi, will you please type exclamation point 1D100? We need to see how we're processing our moment of insanity. $43. So we do succeed and we realize that what we saw should not exist. We have processed it and we are temporarily we are temporarily insane for 1d10 hours. Osaka-chi, exclamation point 1d10, please. All right, we are going to be temporarily insane for the next 9 hours. And there is, what was it that comes along with this? Bout of madness, loses all self-control. So this is going to... Each time we suffer a bout of madness, the Keeper may amend one of the investigator's backstory entries or add a new one. These alterations serve two purposes. The first is to reflect the investigator's descent into madness. Pardon me? This is going to last for... We are temporarily immune. We're temporarily immune to more sanity loss for the next 9 rounds. Suffers about madness. May amend. Okay. So we can. We will amend something about our character as a part of the temporary madness. And if about happens a scene in which other investigators are present, there's not. The option to play out the bout of madness round by round. The nature of the madness, roll on the table. Okay. Blue Joy, exclamation point, 1d10, please. Six. The investigator faints. They recover 1d10 rounds after. Okay. Ooh, we might just be dead. I don't know. Let's see. So we had to make the roll because we dodged the knife wielder. We went to attack the taller figure, realizing that he's incorporeal with inhuman eyes beneath the hood. We failed the sanity roll. GMV chose to take 6 sanity points, and Osakachi had us process it. We have a bout of madness. And we are going to faint, it looks like. Now the thing's hands reach out as he comes for you. Choose to either attempt attack roll or dodge. If either successfully manage to barge your way through. I think this might be the end. Let me go back and check. Because the first thing that we do is we have that phase 1. The insanity begins with brief bouts of madness during... Okay, and the bout of madness is for the... It's compromised. Okay, that's 156. And then a temporary. Okay. I'm double checking here. In Call of Cthulhu, insanity is induced by traumatic experiences. The 3 states of insanity can result temporary, indefinite, permanent. The insanity begins with a brief bout of madness, during which the player's control of their investigator is compromised. And that's on the next page. Second, the bout of madness is followed by a period of underlying insanity, during which the player retains full control of their investigator. However, the investigator is prone to delusions, phobias, and further bouts of madness. Third is recovery. And then we lost 5 or more, and then we processed it. On becoming insane, the investigator experiences a bout of madness. While experiencing it, the investigator loses all self-control. In game terms, that means control is handed from the player to the keeper. It is up to the keeper whether this control takes the form of dictating specific actions or if it means giving the player guidelines on how to play out the madness. Investigator. All right, so on the upside, the investigator cannot lose further sanity points while experiencing a bout of madness. So we are in the insanity phase 1 that I rolled for, which is 9 rounds where we can no longer... We are insane, we cannot take more sanity damage, and we are flailing with our initial bout of madness. At which time Osakachi had rolled 9, which is the hours of temporary insanity that we would get. And the temporary insanity was fainting. So we have 9 rounds to escape before our brain has us faint for 9 hours. That is, all right, so this is close in terms, I think this was almost an insta-kill. Because it looks like here, if we don't choose to either attempt an attack roll or a dodge roll, if either is successful, we manage to barge your way through. So we can still fight our way through. We are insane. This is fight or flight, and our insane mind has blended the two together. We can try and dodge out of the way. If we miss 9 dodges, we faint and we're dead because we're strangled. Although we only dodged the, we might be, like, this is a storyteller call, but we only dodged out of the way of the short character. While we ran, that short character is still there. So really, it's in this moment, we need to dodge. If either are successful, we can barge our way through and evade the inhuman thing and run down to safety. So I think we're only going to get one chance to attack or to dodge. Because then if we don't, I mean, I guess we could try again, but no, if you failed either roll, then we get strangled. Okay, this is it. We need to dodge. We have a 30. We need a 30 or better. Let's have survival. I want you to roll a percentile in chat. We need a 30 or below to dodge the tall figure, or we are DED dead. Survival, you roll the D100 and it stops on a 30. Oh, wow. If any of you are watching this later on YouTube, you're just going to have to trust me, bros, that survival rolled a 30 and the dice rolls don't show up in there. But survival rolled a 30, and that is our dodge value that we needed. We dodge out of the way of this inhuman thing. We're bleeding, we're injured, and we have 8 more rounds to escape before we faint. Because we almost had the end right here, everyone. Before we faint somewhere. We go to the Egypt location table. I think what we're going to do, we need to go to the hospital, for we are injured. Let me show you what happens here. Movement. All right, damage is less than half maximum. Regular damage, first aid to heal 1 point, medicine to heal 1d3. Let's see if there's special rules for the hospital as well. Because if nothing else, we're gonna be in a mini coma for 9 hours in the hospital. You get tender loving care. Make a luck roll. Oh no. If failed, you gain 1d3 hit points for the first day, and then 1 hit point each full day you stay thereafter. If successful, you gain 2d3 hit points for the first day and 1 hit point after. All right. After Fav, we're at 19 luck, so roll a 19 or less and see if we get a bonus to healing. No, I don't think we can survival, but as we run out into public, we could be found and carried off there. 1D100 after Fav. We need a 19 or less on 1D100. 84 ain't gonna cut it, so now roll 1D3. You get 4? Oh, you broke. After Fav, you broke the luck on the D3 dice. So in this case, I guess the tender loving care, we were down 4 hit points. You get to choose. We're down 4 hit points. How many hit points would we recover after Fav? We can recover up to 3. You can have us recover only 1 if you want. You choose 3. All right, so this is what's going to have to happen. Let's close this. We're in Cairo. This day is effectively lost because we're in the hospital. We recover 3 hit points. We recover 1 hit point every day thereafter. This day is lost in the hospital. And this will bring us back up. This will bring us back up to full hit points. Because we were down 4. Now, this doesn't necessarily say what happens. Like, maybe we can presume that we were found, police rush in, that might have, whatever cultist or something that were attacking us might have been scared off. So our effects are most likely still there at the hotel that Bane cursed us to be attacked at. I'm blaming you, Bane. I'm just kidding, by the way. All of this, this is a deadly mod. So, it is now Tuesday, September 22nd, and we'll say that we're being released at a very reasonable, I don't know, if people's days are starting at 9, when morning shift might be coming in. We'll say that we're getting out at 9 a.m. We're getting out at 9 a.m. here. Y'all, that was super scary. We almost died several times over. The mod wished you luck if you remember in the text. Okay. So, we have our hotel. Our things are, maybe our things are actually at the hospital. If they were brought there, or we'd have to go to, actually, we might have to go to the police station. Let's go to the Egypt location table and go to the Cairo police. Affable enough, they have no information concerning what you want to know. Alright, so apparently it was just a local incident. So the police did not help us. It is now 10 a.m. And we can go to the university. We can go to the Cairo Museum. Or we can go to the marketplace. Where should we go next? Al Azhar University, the Cairo Museum, or the Fuzira Marketplace. We can also visit the pyramids, Tel El Amarna. Or I guess it's a pyramid. Actually, now that we're back in the busy streets of Cairo, I think I have something that I can play here. No, we'll do this. Museum? Alright, we head to the museum. (2:06). The museum is open 9 a.m. to noon and from 3 to 6 daily. 3 exhibits in this great museum might interest you. For treasures from the pyramids, for tombs of the ancients, for the Carpathos device. If you might want to interview the curator, Ahmet K, go to 302. What are we doing while we're here? Alright, Bane, be well. Do we want to read about treasures from the pyramids? Do we want to read about tombs of the ancients? Or do we want to read about the Carpathos device? Or interview the curator? Curator? All right. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Ahmet K is in and will gladly see foreign visitors. So honored to have you call, he murmurs. What do you wish to do? Examine the Carpathos device? Ask that the device be returned to Athens? Ask about Gliere or do something else? Pick one. Write it down and then go to 3:30. All right, we're seeing the curator. We have choices. Do we want to examine the Carpathos device? Ask that the device be returned to Athens. Ask about our killed friend Gliere, our fellow professor from Miskatonic, or do we want to ask for something else? Kragar says, examine the device. All right, we'll lock it in. We want to examine the Carpathos device. Let's head to 3:30 and find out what happens. Examine it? Return it? Impossible, he laughs. And I have never heard of this Gliere person. He escorts you out, but if you pick something else, you can make a successful fast talk. All right. So we have been escorted away. So we can spend another hour trying to discover other things in the museum. Oh, actually, we can't because it is closing time after this. So we got to the museum and asked. Well, actually, we might be able to get one more. When does this close? Until noon. We can examine one more thing before the museum closes for a long lunch break. Should we examine about the pyramids, treasures from the pyramids, tombs of the ancients, or the Carpathos device? All right, I'm going to choose for you all. Treasures of the Pyramids, 290. You see household paraphernalia, combs and tools, all of gold and silver. An empty sarcophagus contains a placard explaining that when the Lord died, his slaves were killed in order that they might continue to serve him in the afterlife. Want to see what is it? Akhenaten's amulet? Want to decipher the Egyptian hieroglyphs? Which we do. We actually can speak. We have a 50% hieroglyphics understanding. So, should we look at an amulet, at a royal amulet, or should we try and spend time deciphering hieroglyphics? We are in Cairo currently, Danger Man. All right, not hearing anything else. Let's try and decipher some hieroglyphics. $58. We do not do so. So we move on. We don't know what it says. We can always come back and try again. But for right now, the Cairo Museum is closed until 3 p.m. So we go back to the Egyptian. We go back to the Egyptian location table. The university is closed for a while. I think we just need to wait because they open at 3. The museum doesn't open until... Now that says 2. I don't know why there's some typos. It said 3 before. I don't know which one is going to be the case. And the marketplace doesn't open until 4. So maybe we just need to... I presume that we had a meal in the hospital. So I think we... Pardon me. Yeah, I guess we just wait. All right. Well, let's go back to the museum. We're gonna fast forward till 3 p.m. So, treasures of the pyramids. And we have 3 hours to try and discern something. So let's try doing a hieroglyphics. No. Man, these ones are tough. I guess we'll go see the amulet. And maybe we can come back and try the hieroglyphics one more time before the museum closes. You notice a picture bearing the label Akhenaten's amulet. Alright, let me snip this as... With a successful int or art craft any art roll, you copy the sketch. Alright, Danger Man, can I get a percentile roll in chat, please? We need a 60. We need a 60 or better. Exclamation point 1D100. All right, we might not have Danger Man survival. Can I get an exclamation point 1D100, please? $14. So I can add, I will add this to our. We have a sketch of Akhenaten's amulet. All right, and then the museum is going to close soon. And I believe we have one more chance at the hieroglyphics. All right, Lucius, thank you for lurking. Kragar, will you give me a percentile and see if we can break 50? A 98 ain't gonna cut it. Man, these are some tough hieroglyphs. So, I don't know. Maybe we don't want to decipher them. Maybe we do. But the museum is closed. The museum is closed for the day. So, where else can we go while we are out? If we go back to... Let's close this window here. So, it is now 6 p.m. The marketplace is open. We can go to the marketplace, or the university is closed, survival. But we can try the marketplace. All right, Fuzira Marketplace. The market thrives from early morning to after sunset. There are hundreds of shops and stalls. Many signs are in English, and many British troops idly walk around. You can choose from among the following: for caravans and travel, for pottery and artifacts, for fortune telling, for an outdoor cafe, for outfitters and suppliers, for a dagger throw game. That was a non-confrontational knife fight. I would think that our professor would get our fortune told, because we are superstitious. We do believe in fate. That is one of our. That is something that is core to our character here. So I would suggest in the first activity we can do two things here with the time that we have. I think we should get our fortune told. You enter through a curtain. An old woman looks up, her eyes wild. You offer a coin and you find in your pocket, and she tells you your future. Go to 389. I see darkness. Darkness. Oh, a foul creature lurks, holding a basket. A door opens. Something shiny glows. I see your face trembling in the darkness, and below, I see... She stops abruptly. I can see no more. She falls silent. Do you want to press her for more visions? If so, 378. I think that we would press her for more visions. There we go. I clipped our... just due to our superstitious or fatalistic nature. Make a persuade roll if successful. All right, persuasion is a 40. Danger Man, exclamation point, 1D100, please. We need a 40 or better to persuade the old fortune-telling woman to continue. $45. Now, do you want to spend 5 luck points, or are we okay just dropping it here and accepting our fate? We only have 19 luck points remaining. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Nope. Okay. We can do something else while we're here then. We can do one more thing. We should probably eat because it's getting late and we need one more meal. The hospital gave us a meal. I think we should go to the outdoor cafe because we need to eat at least twice in a day, or we start suffering some penalties. And because it's late, we're also gonna have to find a safe place to sleep. The cafe is a good place to hear rumors. You'll hear snatches of conversation for every hour you spend here, but what you hear depends on how well you understand what was said. Roll 1d10 for each hour you spend at the cafe and modify the result as noted. Increase the result by +1 for each 10 percentiles or fraction thereof of your language Arabic. Increase the result by +2 if a native Egypt is with you. Make a new roll each hour spent there. Alright, so we don't have a local who's with us. We can eat while we're here, at least. So this is going to be... We're spending an hour because they close in an hour. We do have a phrase book. So would that give us... what would the phrase book do? It doesn't necessarily say. I don't know if there's something that's fixed here. How do we make a fair call on this? Roll 1d10 for each hour you spend at the cafe and modify the result as noted. Increase result by +1 for each 10 percentiles or fraction thereof of your language Arabic. Increase the result by +2 if a native of Egypt is with you. Make a new roll each hour spent there. I don't know. Probably just a phrase book would add a +1 because we don't have we cannot speak Arabic, but we do have a dictionary with us. So that might give us a chance at something. I would say that this is 1d10 +1. So let's have... who hasn't rolled in a while? As far as I know, Afterfov might still be away. Bane is lurking. Blue Joy, if you're still here, can I get a 1d10 roll, please? And we'll add 1 to it for our dictionary that we have. One plus 1 is 2. You overhear the following. The thieves have fled toward the Katara Depression. The device is part of a mechanical idol of Aten, to be found in the desert. Akhenaten's city is the future home of the device. Alright, rumors. Alright, now... we are returning to our Egypt location table. The last time that we tried to stay at a hotel, it's a bit tight. Now, if we get a 1, 2, or 3, for all we know, we might get assaulted again. Now, I don't know what's going to happen at 101 or 127 or 154. One could just be instant death for all I know if we stay in a hotel. However, there is this other sleeping arrangement. I don't know what this is, but this might be a way to stay out of the easily trackable areas. We have had snakes dumped into our rail car, and we have been attacked at our hotel. Do you want to risk and see on a D10 roll what a hotel will bring us, or do we want to try some other sleeping arrangement? You might need to reset or refresh then, Kragar. All right, so for any of in chat, the question is, well, I don't know if it's sleeping on the street. This just says other sleeping arrangements. If we stay at a hotel, we have a 30% chance to be assaulted again, for sure. I don't know what the other 70% is. It could also just be instant death instead of fighting for our lives. Or we could pursue other sleeping arrangements, like maybe it's staying with a local. That could actually get us a local for the market. I don't know. I have not read ahead. Do you want to risk the hotel, or do you want to try... I could be sleeping on the street, for all I know. No, we don't have to pay extra for getting assaulted, GMP. That was a bonus that I threw in for free. And well, I guess actually we did pay extra. That's a hospital bill. Actually, what is a hospital bill in this day and age? What is our inventory stuff? Which page is inventory on? Skill, combat rounds, armor, firearms. Monsters, spells. Where were you? Skills, skill rolls, combat rounds. Wounds and healing. Poisons. Ooh, goodness. Establishing a chase. Sanity. Tomes. Using tomes. Var Est. Maybe it's over here by character creation. Assaulted sounds fun. All right, we can try a hotel again. All right, Kragar, roll 1d10. It lands on a 10. Oh, okay. Well, that's not the I'll have to look up that stuff later. Hotels, 164. for a 10, go to reference 154. Many private homes, from huts to mansions, have rooms to let to visiting tourists. They are very safe. Each night that you spend in a private home, attempt 1 luck roll. If you succeed, go to 198. All right, Kragar, we spend the night with a local, roll a percentile, and we need a 19 or better. Nope. Okay. But we did sleep 8 hours. There's my pen. All right, so we were kicked out of the market here. And then, so we look for a place, we find it, and so we can sleep, probably stay for a little while into the morning. Now, if we wanted to go back to... If we wanted to go back to the... If we want to go to the university, that's at 7. We should have enough time to absolutely get 8 hours of sleep and be at the university at 7. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So, university... We still have hieroglyphics that we can, that we haven't translated yet. They're baffling us. But let's try going to the university in the morning and seeing what happens. Unless you would prefer, well, that opens, museum is 9 a.m. So yeah, actually the market, we could go back to the marketplace even earlier and we would still be well slept, and we can get a meal. We can get a breakfast because we need at least 2 meals a day. I don't know, should we go to the marketplace early in the morning, or should we just go to the university? And we can get maybe a lunch and a dinner today. Breakfast and a side of rumor. Okay. So this is at 6 a.m. We go back to the cafe. We'll eat, so I'll put a little sausage. This is at 6 a.m. Now, for every hour, we can try and find out more. Survival, roll 1d10, and we're adding 1 because we do have our phrase book or our dictionary with us. Six plus 1 is 7. 387. You overhear the following. Ke is dead. He had served his purpose. The device is merely the key to the door. A new upheaval comes on the first day of the vernal equinox. The lost tomb is not empty. Now, this is interesting because Ke? Was Ke? No. Wait, was Ke the museum director? Well, let's go back to the... do we want to try and overhear more rumors? Or are we finished, or do we want to spend another hour doing some other shopping? What would you like to do? We learned something. What other shopping? Caravans and travel, pottery and artifacts. We've already had fortune telling. We can try and gather more rumors. Outfitters and suppliers, or a dagger throw game. Dagger throw. We need to improve our knife game. Survival's saying pottery. All right, someone else be a tiebreaker. Danger Man, GMV, Afterfov. Are we throwing daggers? Are we looking at pottery and artifacts? Afterfov says pottery. Okay. Bluejoy says pottery. The shopkeeper, a short man, is somehow familiar. He has a huge collection of phony artifacts and cheap pottery. In fact, there is a suspect air about this place. You can browse for an hour. If you succeed with a spot hidden roll, go to 191. All right. Bluejoy, exclamation point, 1D100. We need a 45 or less to spot hidden. A 55. Is it worth spending 10 luck to achieve an unknown result on spot hidden? Or are we fine just realizing that there's a guy in a marketplace selling cheap stuff? We have 19 luck remaining. Okay. So that was another hour. It is now 8 a.m. We can continue to hang out in the marketplace, or we can go to the university, but we can't go back to the museum to look at hieroglyphics yet. The marketplace closes at 11 if we wanted to stay in the marketplace for other things. And the Tel El Amarna pyramid is not open yet. I don't know if we really have a reason to go to a pyramid. So someone shouts something out. University? Or if we leave now... Well, no, because it's 8. We can... So we can stay in the marketplace, or we can go to the university. University. All right, we're on 149 now. The University of Al-Azhar. Much open-minded learning and studying occurs in this incredible Cairo institution. Lately, the presence of British troops makes many Egyptians reluctant to talk with foreigners. You can visit the library at 2:15 or visit one of the departments within the mosque-like main building. Each visit costs 1 hour. Additional time may be demanded within particular departments. Islamic culture, ancient history, modern history, languages, science, or literature. What would you like to study while we're here? The library, Islamic culture, ancient history, modern history, languages, science, or literature. You want to go to science after FOV? Okay. You have a, if you have a picture or a diagram of the Carpathos device, you can show it to Professor Ben Ozen, if you're willing to be so daring. Okay, well, so I guess we meet the professor, but we don't have a picture or diagram of the Carpathos device. So this is, we will mark this off, and it is now 9 a.m. What would we like to study next? Literature, language, modern history, ancient history, Islamic culture, or just visit the library for general research? I presume that's what the library would offer. Well, we know that if we met someone who might be able to help us figure out this machine, culture could be useful. Okay. 216 it is. Professor Jahark will need to be convinced that he is wasting... Wait. Will need to be convinced that he is... That should be probably not wasting time with you. You can try to... you can try one roll daily. Alright, persuade. After FOV, give me a 40 or below with a D100. Alright, that does not do it. So for this day, Professor Jahark will not talk to us. It is now 9 a.m. What would you like to do? Islamic culture is out for the day. Ancient history, modern history, languages, literature, or just go to the library. Ancient history. Professor Jahark sees if you can make a successful persuader history roll. Choose either one. Make one try daily. If you succeed, blah, blah, blah. All right, our history is 45, which is better than 40 of persuasion. So, Danger Man, roll a D100. Let's see if Professor Jahark won't waste his time talking about Islamic culture with us today, but maybe he'll talk about history. Hey, 31, there we go. So we succeed. 237. In his book-lined office, you can ask Professor Jahark about all of these topics. For the cult of Aten, for the lost pyramid of Akhenaten, for the Book of the Dead, or for the Carpathos device. Also, I am going to roll, because Jahark has a 50% spot hidden skill. Make this roll if passed. So I'm going to roll 1D100 on behalf of Professor Jahark. 98. It is not passed. Okay. I presume that we can per hour, Kragar. As these are discussions, these might be walking over to displays and other things. Ask about the device? Okay. That was 297. I'm not sure that this... Wait, was that 297? Wait. Maybe we can ask for more? Hang on. Book-lined office. Carpathos devices 297. Maybe we might be able to ask for more. Hang on. Let's read this. I'm not sure that this passage refers to it. A cursed key for a cursed box. The top of terror it unlocks. Alright, there's a clue. Let's clip it. Return to 237 if you have more to ask the professor, or if you're finished with him, or if you're in literature. Okay, so we're not in literature. This was history. So we go back to 237, and we can ask about another topic. If you want to spend another hour. Oh, wait, when does the university... Hang on. So, 237 as the bookmark. When does the university close? That closes at 11. All right, we presumably can ask about one more thing. We can ask about one more topic before the university closes for a long lunch. So that was 149. This was through history. We succeeded, so we're on 237. All right, do you want to ask about the Book of the Dead? The Lost... Now, we have the symbol to Akhenaten. We have a rubbing of his amulet. Or the cult of Aten or Aten has been as well. So I'm seeing device and cult, perhaps the Lost Pyramid. I'm seeing 2 for Lost Pyramid. No, the pyramid is not lost. It is, in fact, at Tel El Amarna, a small structure, but one with secrets yet unlocked. He drums his fingers. I have something for you. Should you go to the pyramid, search where the mark is. He hands you a map. Search on the east side. An opening must be there. If you use the map, you get a bonus die for rolls required to find such an opening. Well, there we go. So the professor realized that we are also scholarly, and is giving us the secret entrance to a pyramid. All right, but the university has now closed until 3 p.m. In fact, a lot of places are. The next place to open would be the Cairo Museum. Is that at? That's also at 3 p.m. All right, so we get a lunch break. Do you all want to go rumor hunting back in the cafeteria and see if we can discover anything else? Because we can spend a couple hours there eating and just listening in on things. Rumor hunting it is. Oh, wait, no, wait. We can't, can we? Because the market is closed right now until 4. Unfortunately, we can't. The marketplace will not open until 4 p.m. So I guess we really just have to, we're just going to wait. So we can go back. Yeah, we can go to the pyramid. Yeah, actually, because the pyramid is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You want to go to the pyramid, Kragar? Okay. Tel El Amarna. this is... Alright, so that was closed. So we're reaching there at noon. The village is quiet. A gust of wind picks up dust along the empty road. Here and there, a face looks out from a doorway. You spot the pyramid, one much smaller and less imposing than the pyramids at Giza. A well-trod path leads to the pyramid entrance. If you have time to inspect the pyramid, go to 360. If you need to spend the night at the end, go to 444. Oh, I left our car. Oh, left our car with a guide. Okay, so this isn't just outside of town, it might seem. Hang on a second. Does this take more than an hour then? Or... Because we don't have a guide. I don't know why it's talking about a guide. One moment. Let me see if there's some sort of a baked-in rule for something. Athens, Egypt, you may walk from location to location rather than taking a taxi, an action costing an additional hour. Oh, we have been roll advantaged, everyone, as I have not been giving an extra hour for strolling. Now we have plenty of money that we could have paid taxis for this, so I'm not worried that we have somehow broken the game. Especially because we had an encounter with taxi drivers already. Travel between location tables takes the amount of time specified for an airport train. In search of research situations, each interview or topic costs 1 hour. Be patient about these amounts of time. What anyone actually gleans is not necessarily a function of the time they invest. Okay, so it looks like we can travel there. It could take 2 hours in Egypt to do. I've been using one, as I was thinking it was all very walkable from one to the next. So there is a taxi that we would have to... so I don't think we've been in an Egyptian taxi yet, so why don't we roll for that, and then we'll be at the pyramid. So let's go back to location table. Taxis are always available, 103. On the few main streets of Cairo, cabs of every variety, from sleek new Packards to old Fords, running on makeshift parts, can be found. You can hire a driver to stay with you for the day, or you can walk. Go to any Cairo location. Okay, so in this case, I'll have to look. So it doesn't look like we need to roll to be stabbed in the neck or anything in a Cairo taxi. So that is good. It's just going to cost us a little bit of money, and we should have plenty of money on us. Alright, so I'm not worried about that. We can do some calculating for the travel that we have done. So we're going to go back to the pyramid. And we do have time. It's the afternoon. We have time to inspect the pyramid. So we're going to 360. The pyramid is certainly old, but not very impressive. Do you want to walk around it? You can spend 1 hour examining one of its 4 faces, for north, east, south, or west. Deduct 1 hour studying each of the 4 faces. If you study all 4, then deduct 4 hours. or you can enter the pyramid by going to the tomb entrance on the western side. All right. We received instruction that we can search the east side for something special, or we can pretend to be a normie tourist and just go into the tomb normally. Dangerman64 is saying east. You want to go looking for secrets. Easty is beastie? Okay. 359. If you came to this side first, give yourself plus 20 percentiles. Add plus 5 more percentiles for each remaining hour from now until 6 p.m. Alright, so this is... Well, we arrived at noon. So we... that's 6 hours. So that is... 6 times 5 is 30. 30 plus 20 is 50. Add plus 20 more percentiles if you're using a map or diagram. Add plus 20 more percentiles if you're using a map or diagram not obtained in Egypt. Try to roll under that total in 1D100. If successful, go to 397. If you fail, you can try here tomorrow. Oh, well, we did get our map in Egypt. Maybe our good professor at the university was trying to throw us off. It probably is like, you know what? Those dumb tourists. Well, we did, but we obtained the map in Egypt. Oh, well, hang on, wait. It says... Maybe this is another mistype? Like, I don't know if this was translated from a different language, because I've been noticing some odd mistypes. The clue says, he drums his fingers. I have something for you. Should you go to the pyramid, search where the mark is. He hands you a map. Search on the east side. An opening must be there. If you use the map, you get a bonus die for rolls equal... You get a bonus die for rolls required to find such an opening. Make a journal entry about this. So I don't think we're getting a percentile, but we're getting a bonus die, which is its own rule. And I'll go over that real quick. Once I find the table of contents. Hello? Oh no! I scrolled too quickly, sorry. Sometimes the prevailing conditions, environment, and available time can hinder or benefit. Bonus dice and penalty dice are not trifling, small additions or subtractions of a few percentage points, and so should not be used without good cause. If a factor is so small, it would only modify. Alright, for each bonus die, roll an additional 10's percentage die alongside the usual pair of dice. You are now rolling 3 separate dice. 1 units die and 2 10's dice. If you have a bonus die, you should use the 10's die that yields the better lower result. Okay, so we're getting 50%, but the map that we got from the professor is giving us a bonus die. Hunter, will you please type exclamation point 1D100 and then exclamation point 1D10? Yes, survival. Alright, it's either 83 or 13. I think we'll take the 13. I think we'll take the 13. You climb up and down the eastern face of the pyramid, examining the carefully cut stones and looking for who knows what. Then you see that one stone seems to have a tiny crack of space. You shove as hard as you can. It moves slightly. You have found a secret entrance. To move the stone, make a strength roll. If you have one or more companions, you gain a bonus die to the roll. Attempt the roll once per hour. When you make it, go to... Alright, so... I will ask you all this. Maybe we have our knife on us, but we don't have our... I wouldn't suspect we have an entire steamer trunk full of stuff. We know where the entrance is. Do we want to just know where the entrance is and come back later with specific equipment for exploring, digging? Because we don't really have a flashlight. We don't really have a torch or rope or anything else to go into a tomb. At least not that's already, you know, made into a tourist. But we did find the location of the secret entrance. Because by now, because that would have taken an hour on the face. If it's an hour back into town by taxi, we could arrive back at when the university opens up at 3. Yeah, and we don't have dark vision, Kragar. No dark vision for us. But so I think we can come back here and we know where it is. We can just go to it. I know, we didn't roll a dwarf, we rolled a German. So I think we can come back here when we're outfitted for it. We're not outfitted. We don't have explorer gear. We're a humble linguistics professor from Miskatonic University. My vote is we go back to the university and do some studying. And or rumor collecting. As long as we don't get shanked. Yeah, we know where it is. We know where it is and what to do. All right, so why don't we leave it? It's a secret up in our noggin. And let's go back to the university. It's reopening at 3 o'clock. So we are at 3. And remember, it's an hour per topic. We cannot ask about Islamic culture because the professor thinks that we're a dum-dum about that. Ancient history, we have ancient history. We can research modern history, language, literature, or go to the library. I believe that we can study here. We can study 3 topics unless something says otherwise. What do you want? You want to go to the library? All right. The university library, okay, until 6 p.m. You are dazzled by the flowing robes of the scholars and the dramatic stairs twisting to upper floors. To use the treasures of information here, spend 1 hour per library use roll, for as many hours as you wish. With one successful roll, go to 253. 2 successful, blah, blah, blah. You must stop when the library closes, but you can return tomorrow. Do we want to spend all 3 hours at the library? It's only open for 3 more hours. It is a happy place. All right, Danger Man. Roll 1d100. That's a successful use. Kragar, the Kragarian, give me a d100 roll, please. Well, there's 2 successes. Maybe we have a free hour. So for right now, let's hey Lamia, good to see you. Let's find out what we discover. 253 and 275. You locate a couple of books, which look interesting. If you can make a successful language Arabic roll or have an English-Arabic dictionary and make a knowledge education roll, you can examine the following. A version of the Book of the Dead for Al-Hazred and the Curse of Egypt. If you failed to read the books, you may return to try again another day. If you spend 2 further hours and successfully make the appropriate language roll, you can find and understand more tomes. All right, well, we have the dictionary, so we have knowledge education roll. Lamia, will you please type exclamation point 1d100? $99! Oh no! We're just having a tough time. Maybe we don't quite get. Our eyes keep wanting to go left to right instead of right to left, like how Arabic is written. We're having a tough time here. So we're not getting anything here. So we move on. We can come back tomorrow, but we come back to 275 for the other thingamabob. This is an excellent library. In little time, you locate 5 pertinent books. To use each, you must succeed with the correct language roll or employ a translator. 1 hour is required for each book. All right, there is for narcotic manuscript in Latin. We don't have any French. I guess we could try and find someone who speaks French. For de Gaules, German, we have a 90% chance. Latin, we have a 45% chance. For the Pharaoh's Curse, a novel, or the History of Egypt. So we don't need to. 5 pertinent books to use each. Well, this isn't telling us. This isn't telling us what the language is. So I guess maybe English, because the other ones are in. The other ones are written in that. So the Pharaoh's Curse and History of Egypt are written in English. Chaosium. I don't know. Some things need to be amended in this PDF, please. This is an official one I bought off of DriveThruRPG. All right, English, we have a 60% chance. German, we have a 90% chance. In Latin, we have a 45% chance. Which book do you want to read? We get, well, so we have 2 hours, so we can look at 2 of these. As long as we make the proper... Do the German? All right. You know what? I haven't rolled in a bit. I need a 90 or better. 4. De Ghouls. Brought back as undead, these mummies return to earthly service devoid of human feeling or compassion. Dark evil grips their souls. Reportedly, only fire or removing their Tana leaf life essence can destroy them. Well, we have 1 more hour before the library closes. Do you want to risk it for the biscuit in Latin, or do you want to roll a 60 or below for an English book? Either The Pharaoh's Curse, a novel, or The History of Egypt. Yeah, we had a 4 on German, and we read the German book. So we have a fiction book and a non-fiction book in English, or we have this manuscript in Latin. We have a 45% chance to decipher it. Survival. Kragar wanted to read Latin. It's up to you. Don't disappoint him. I want a 45 or below on Latin, survival, exclamation point, 1D100. I gotta make executive decisions to make sure that we're moving. Ah, 33. We decipher the Latin. 289. The book gives many tales of strange creatures crawling through the shadows, and tells of tomb robbers throwing down their picks and running away. It also asks on what could such subterranean horrors feed. All right, bing bong bong bong, bong bing bing bong. The university library is now closed. All right, we need to eat, and then we need to sleep somewhere for the night. What that is going to mean... where's the location page here? Egypt location table. The market is still open for a bit, so we can eat and collect rumors if we go back to the Fuzira marketplace. We go to the outdoor cafe. So we took a taxi. It is now 7 p.m. and we had our second meal of the day. We can spend 2 hours gathering, well, one is eating. Because eating does require the hour. Like, the things you do are in kind of units of that. We can go rumor hunting. So... the next time I do the closing announcement at work, I want to do that bing bong. Blue Joy, 1d10 plus 1. The plus 1 will add in our noggins. 8 is a 9. Ooh, this is a new set of rumors. You overhear the following. Oh, well, shoot. Actually, I forgot. Was it 363? Oh, come on. I forgot to note which one. Let's go back. Hang on. I don't know the number. I just got to find a Egypt location table. Market. Zero Marketplace. Outdoor Cafe. A niner is 363. You overhear the following. Creatures inhabit the tombs, feeding on human sacrifices brought to the tomb. These creatures guard the lower levels against interlopers. They cannot stand sunlight, and they have the device which opens the door. Uh-oh, Pescatios. That doesn't sound good. Bing bong bong bong, bong bong bing bong. The Fuzira market is now closed. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Well, not just a torch. I think that we need, if we go during the day, we can find some sort of solace in the sunlight, Kragar. All right, now, the eternal question. What are we doing to sleep? We need 8 hours of sleep. Do you want to risk a 30% chance to get a knife fight and shanked? Or do you want to look at other sleeping arrangements? Whatever that could be. Risk what? Other sleeping arrangements? Or a 30% chance of dying? Lamia wants to risk the 30% chance? Danger Man, you want to use dynamite on the pyramid? Oh my goodness. Someone's not a keeper of antiquity. Although, I mean... do you all want to risk it? Do you trust Lamia not to roll 1, 2, or a 3 on a D10? If we roll a 10 survival, it is. But for all we know, another tourist has taken that room. That was just a bed for a night kind of a thing. Are we risking it? Okay. Lamia, type exclamation point 1D10. It lands on an 11. Congratulations, you rolled an 11 on a D10. So, you get to choose. Lamia, if you choose 1, 2, or 3, we will probably die. If you, I have no idea what 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are. If you choose 10, 10 is a, we stay at a kindly local's house. And we get a bonus roll for something. We get to roll luck. So I don't know if it's like a bonus piece of information or a fun little trinket of something. I don't know. But what I do know is that if you choose 1, 2, or 3, we are probably going to die. If you choose 10, we stay for the night and we get a bonus roll to find something maybe fun. I don't know what a 456 or a 789 do. Which number are you choosing between 1 and 10, realizing what I just told you, Lamia? No, Lamia, 2 is an option. You can pick 2. But just as I went over, I wanted you to make sure that you knew what your options are. A 1, 2, or a 3 is a particular result. A 4, 5, 6 is another result. A 7, 8, 9 is a third result, or a 10 is a fourth result. So you can pick a number between 1 and 10. All right, you pick 2. Okay. So we are probably going to die. You go to your room, make a listen roll. Blue Joy, exclamation point, 1D100. We need a 20 or better. All right, we do not hear our attackers coming up to us. Two figures enter our hotel again. A short man holding a wicked-looking dagger. No, we are lower. It's always lower. And a tall man dressed in a shadowy cloak. The short man comes at you. Make a dex check. Danger man, we need a 60 or lower. Please roll a percentile. A survival because they're a cult and they're after us. Yes, this is a D100 system. 68. We fail the dex check. We are going to be attacked first. In fact, we don't even have a weapon out, so we can't attack back. All we can do is try and dodge. We can suffer attacks while we're trying to get our knife out, or we can just try to run away and get out of there. Blue Joy is saying run away. I am going to roll the attack for the assailant. 1D100. 17. Afterfov. I am successful on stabbing Professor Grunewald. I need you to roll the dodge. Exclamation point, 1D100. Ooh, a 2. All right. So we succeeded by 23, but our assailant succeeded by 3 is 20. So by more than that. So we are damaged. We do not get out of the way enough, I believe is how it goes. Let me go back to physical combat. Attacker wins with higher level. All right, so the attacker wins. This is going to be a D6, I believe it is. 1d6 damage. I will roll the damage. Exclamation point 1d6. We take 1 point of damage. We are at 8 hit points. All we can do is try and run away. We're going to attack again. Danger Man, roll to attack as the attacker. Exclamation point 1d100. All right, we succeed by 11. Survival. Count down from 10 and then roll a 1d100 to see if we can dodge. Greater than 11. Stops on a 1. So 1 a critical success? Or do you need 100 for a critical success? Or is 1 a critical failure? Hang on a second. I forget which way it goes because we have to roll lower. Let me see here. Bonus and penalty dice. Here we go. Critical success, a roll of 1. Okay, so a roll of 1 is a critical success. So that means that Grunewald Grunewald is going to succeed at dodging out of the way of the knife. However, he is going to run into that same ghostly figure from before. Now we need to make a sanity roll. Our sanity roll is oh wait, the sanity, does our sanity go? It is 55, but our current's 49. I don't think our sanity drains. I think it's just our current amount that we have to roll. No, we might have to roll under our current, but we have a maximum, or what our starting is. So I think that is how that works. 1 second. Let me double check our sanity. Movement. Sanity. The number can change up and down throughout the game. Encounter sanity threatening. Yeah, current sanity points. We need a 49 or we need a 49 or better. Lamia, exclamation point 1d100. You need the exclamation point in there so the bot knows that it's a command. $92 is not going to do it. So we lose more sanity. We are going to lose Game Master's Vault. Type exclamation point 1d6. We lose 5 sanity points. We're down to 44. Now, because we lost those sanity points, several things are going to happen again. So, for the next certain amount of rounds, we are going to be in a bout of madness. We cannot gain any more insanity, but we are in an emergency situation. Something happens. So, for 1d10 rounds, for the next 7 rounds, we are yelling and screaming and whatever. But we're temporarily immune to gaining more sanity as we've lost even more. Now, what this is going to do is after this wears off, then for 1d10 hours, something else is going to happen. Before we get there, though, it now is going to come down to one roll. Either we are going to dodge out of the way of this ghostly figure, or we are going to die. We have a 30% chance to scream and then just die, and that is it. Lamia, I want you to type exclamation point 1D100. $28. Y'all are cutting it close. Kragar, I want you to type exclamation point 1D10. For the next, well, actually, it's not there yet because it's determined the review the investigator's backstory entry for significant people. The investigator mistakes another person in the scene for a significant person. Consider the nature of the relationship. The investigator acts upon it. This lasts 1d10 rounds. Okay. Did I do this incorrectly the first time? The bout of madness happens during a scene in which other investigators are present. The bout of madness lasts for 1d10 combat rounds. Okay, well there's not. The option to play out the bout of madness round by round may be used even with the investigators alone, or the keeper thinks it's appropriate. To determine the nature of the bout of madness, either roll... Alright, I don't think I messed it up then in the bout of madness. The first time. Otherwise, we should have been dead the first time this happened. On becoming insane, the investigator experiences a bout of madness. While experiencing a bout of madness, the investigator loses all self-control. In game terms, control has been handed from the player to the keeper. Okay, no, it's up to the keeper whether this control takes the form of dictating specific actions. This is temporary. Oh, we need to roll our intelligence test also. D100. 90. Oh wow, 93. We actually failed. So we don't comprehend this second brush with the ghostly entity. It's a repressed memory, a trick of the mind, and does not become insane. So maybe this, if the investigator loses 5 or more sanity points, sufficient emotional trauma has been suffered that the keeper must test the investigator's sanity. The keeper asks for an intelligence roll. If the roll is failed, the investigator has a repressed memory and does not become... Okay, so we actually do not become insane. So that happens and we scream, but our mind just breaks in that moment. So we've lost it. We've lost sanity, and we've also lost our mind. So in this case, we can continue running and screaming as we've been tracked down again for a second time by the knife wielder and the ghost. Because our brain just, it wasn't able to process the ramifications of the vastness of this cult or something else. All right. That is... That day's gone. That day is gone. We're probably not sleeping for a while, which means that we're probably not getting up if things aren't resolved until midnight. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to be getting up at 8 a.m. And then we're gonna go to the restaurant for rumor collection. But I think what we're going to do, well, it's not exactly ignorance. It's a device that our brain, I mean, maybe ignorance. Like, our brain just couldn't comprehend this other manifestation. Excuse me. The rumble. Who knew soda made you burp? So this is where we're going to pick up. It is Thursday, September 24th, 1931, and it's going to be 8 a.m. when we are at, when we eat breakfast, and we can rumor hunt or do something else. We don't have any exploration equipment though, Kragar. Like, we can go to the pyramid, sure. What are we gonna do there? We do, but our stuff is an English-Greek dictionary, casual dress attire, a pocket watch. Hi, Sweet Pea. We have a magnifying glass. We weren't expecting to dig in a pyramid when we were packing our bags at in Arkham, Massachusetts, across the Atlantic to go to Athens, Greece. We have stuff. We don't have archaeological stuff. We weren't expecting to go on a dig where there's undead monsters waiting for us. So is that our fault? I suppose we should be prepared for anything. But we weren't. We were prepared for a pleasant cruise across the Atlantic to resolve a snafu with a fellow instructor who was arrested for allegedly stealing a piece of antiquity. Use the magnifying glass to start the pyramids on fire. All right, so what we're gonna do, we are going to pause here because it's already 2 a.m. It's the start of a new day. We can research, we can buy things and dig. We can do a lot of things. It will be in part up to you all to determine what we're going to do as we come back Friday night to continue investigating the pyramid. and what is occurring inside of it, or what we can end up doing with it. So we are going to go on a raid, a tomb raid. And whose tomb are we raiding? We're gonna raid the tomb of Ryufu Silverlight. Ooh, raid. Ryufu Silverlight. Come along with me as Ryufu is doing some map making. So he does some world building stuff. He runs workshops for D&D. Ryufu has raided into us before. I like returning the favor. He's fun and chatty and is a, I think he's technically a VTuber. I don't think it's a PNG. It looks a little bit more advanced than that. So come over and say hi to Ryufu. See what he's making in his map, what it's about, what is going on in his game. And I'll be on Discord if you want to find me there. And I will upload our clues and our updated investigator worksheet. So have a good night. If you need something, let me know online, and I'll see you tomorrow as we continue this adventure. Take care, everyone.